Can everybody understand me clearly? Except for the deaf. You don't need to take notes. Huh? We're not here in school. Listen with your heart, not with your mind. Yeah? The Dhamma doesn't come from the books, it comes from the heart. That's where all the Dhamma comes. The Lord Buddha didn't read any books, or did he? Did he find the Dhamma in his books, or? Yeah. Where did he find it? In his heart. And if he found it in his heart, everybody who follows the path of the Lord Buddha will find it in his heart. Yeah? Not in books. Yeah? In books are just words. Yeah? And as we know, words can have different meanings in different languages, and we translate it from the Pali, and we mistranslate it, and we misunderstand. Yeah? But if you practice the path of the Lord Buddha, then it is just one path, and we all come to the same truth. Yeah? You have to forgive me, I'm a very uneducated person, yeah? You all, our students, and probably most of you studied the scripts, yeah? I don't know. I just don't know. What did a famous Greek philosopher say? I know that I know nothing. This I know. I forgot his name. And that's a long time ago that I was in school. It's a very nice place here. It's not suited for a forest, no. We live in a very rough terrain, yeah. No air conditioning, yeah. No nice walls, just a rough forest, branches, trees, roots, yeah? Leaves, wind and weather, caves. So I hope you don't expect me to say anything, huh? Why are you born? Huh? What's the purpose of your life? Huh? Why are you born in the situation that you are born? Huh? Why do you complain? Huh? Why do we constantly complain about the situation that we are in? Huh? It is of our own doing, not of somebody else. We are born in this place because of our karma. We didn't have any better karma. Yeah? Otherwise we would be born in Thailand, with a Narahan living around our house, yeah? We're born, be educated, to give Vindapad, to the monks, yeah? That come by at our house every day. So don't complain. If you complain to somebody, complain to yourself, because you didn't do enough good karma. That's the point. And that is the question you should ask yourself. Why are you born? What is the purpose of your life? You're just dilly-dallying around, waiting for death to come, and then start a new life, Never thought about it? I mean, it's important, We're thrown into this world, Every day, we get up, sometimes we don't want to get up, We get up, we eat something, we do something, then we eat something again, and then we go to sleep. Since we are born, we just call this doing something, always with different names, Sometimes we call it we study, sometimes we call it we work, sometimes we call it, having fun. But it's always the same thing. It's quite boring when you look, you have to take a few steps back, to look at your life, to see what is happening, And nowadays we have so much entertainment, we are just there to kill our time. I mean, time is something precious, why do we need to kill it? It's a valid expression, Killing our time, wasting our time. Look at this, wasting our time. I mean, what kind of waste is that? I mean, your life is precious. I mean, be born as a human being, it is very hard to get, I mean, if you ever read, the Buddha Suttas, then you know the three things that are very difficult to obtain. A human life is very difficult to obtain, and now you waste it, doing this, doing that, dilly-dallying around, Waiting until we die, from the day we're born. Isn't that? And trying to find some meaning in our life. If not, we just look at our parents, what our parents do. So a human life is very precious. Next life, we don't know where we go. In the Vedas, in the hungry ghost cell, if we are lucky, most of us will go down to the hell realm. Even if you don't believe it. It's not a nice view. I mean, if you study a little bit, the Venerable Ananda asked the Lord Buddha, how many people are going to hell? How many people are going to heaven? What did he say? What did he answer the Lord Buddha? You see that bull over there? How many horns does he have? These are the people who go to heaven or to Nibbana. How many hairs does he have on his fur? These are the people who go to hell. So, my master always asks the people who come, are you the hairs on the fur or are you the horns? Many people go to hell. And why do we go to hell? Because we don't keep the 5 precepts. Every human being that is born has kept the 5 precepts for a certain amount of time. So that's how long he lives. So if you don't keep the 5 precepts and think about, one day has many hours, where we can break the precepts. Very easy to break the precept. Harming any living being, including animals, is breaking the precepts. Taking what is not given. It's not only stealing, it's taking things that are not given to us. It's breaking the precept. Sexual misconduct. Yeah? I mean, it's the number one sin in this whole world. Wherever you look, sexual misconduct. Yeah? Not being faithful to one's partner. Yeah? The husband not being faithful. Yeah? Having in Thai, have a very nice name for it. Mia Noi, the small wife. Yeah? And another small wife. And then now I say, the wives have a poor Noi, a small husband and another small husband. Why should women and men be different? They all have desires. They're all born with desire. They're all born with greed, hatred, and delusion. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. So how can you assume that you have no hate? How can you assume you have no desire? Just because you're Buddhist, you have no desires? You have no hate? I'm a Buddhist. Well, I have no hate. Of course you have hate, otherwise you wouldn't be born. Huh? I'm not greedy. Of course, we don't consider ourselves, to be hateful and greedy, but we have likes and dislikes. That's all, it's a form of greed and hate. Yeah? If you understand, greed and hate, yeah? When you talk about this, yeah? When you listen to this, then nobody considers themselves to be really greedy or really hateful. But if you think about this, yeah? Or if you know what is behind it, it's just a container for all our likes, from the very smallest, like, this I like, yeah? This I don't like. That's a form of greed and hate. Now you understand why you're here, as a human being, yeah? And it's the same thing, for the devas, for the heavenly beings, yeah? They have just their likes and dislikes, yeah? Otherwise they wouldn't be in the deva realm. Do you understand? Do you understand the driving force behind us? Look at the world. Yeah? It's just, talking about sexual misconduct. Yeah? It's drive. It's one of the strongest drive. It's called raga tanha. Yeah? Sensual or flesh desire. Sensual desire. Monks, have to battle very, very strong, to get rid of it. And they certainly cannot do it in an environment, that is as comfortable as this. Yeah? Because it doesn't come up. So not being faithful, people come late, they don't respect the Dhamma. Not being only faithful, to one's partner, or to one's, husband or wife, yeah? But having kind of wrong sex, yeah? Having sex with people who are dependent on us. Yeah, that means father, mother, or child, yeah? It means teacher, student, yeah? Professor, student. All wrong, all sexual misconduct, yeah? CEO with his secretary or with his dependent, workers. Wrong sex. Sexual misconduct. Now look at the world. Full. We don't see it anymore, yeah? We have legalized all these things, yeah? 100 years ago in Germany, it was punishable by law, if you were unfaithful in your marriage. No matter, you had to go to prison. The prison would be overcrowded now. There wouldn't be hardly any people outside. They all legalized it, but the punishment is still there, yeah? It's still not keeping the third precept. The fourth is even more difficult to keep. Yeah? Right speech. Yeah? Just look at us. Yeah? Looking at other people. Look at him, what he is doing. Look at that, what he's doing, yeah? Is that right speech, Why don't you look at yourself, what you're doing, Talking about others, Talking bad about others, never talking bad about yourself, Is that, is that, would you consider that right speech? No. It's not only lying, blatant lies, I mean, of course the world is full of blatant lies, Just have to look at all these politicians that are now up, They know only lies, and they live in the world of lies, and they don't even know that it's a lie anymore. They think it's the truth, That's how they're deluded there. So look at yourself, before you complain about somebody else, He's not doing it right. This person is not doing it right. And the others tell the same thing about us, I mean, it's a very, very different interpretation from what you read, what the 5 precepts are, It's a forest tradition. We learn through nature. We learn from our kilesas, what is right and what is wrong. We don't need scriptures to understand, what leads to hell and what doesn't lead to hell. We will know it in our heart, what is right and what is wrong. And, the last precepts are alcohol, no drugs, everything that makes us unmindful, or unaware. This, keeping these 5 precepts, gives us the right, to be born as a human being again. But it doesn't give us yet the right, to be born in heaven. You need to develop a few virtues in order to go up to heaven. What are the virtues? What do you think, these devas cherish most? Generosity. That's not only respect. Look at you. Who do you respect? The people you like. Who do you disrespect? The people you dislike. That's not respect. That's liking and disliking. Respecting is respecting somebody because he is born as a person, or he is born as an animal, or as a hungry ghost, or as a being in hell. I mean, we have to respect the beings. They are beings, I mean, we just came from hell. Now we look down on hell, No, didn't come from hell. Where do you come from? Where did you come from before this life started? From heaven? A few came from heaven, yes. Very few. But I doubt it. We were born in the wrong country. Lumpur was born in Germany, where there is no Dhamma. You are born in Malaysia, where there is no Dhamma. So we were born in the wrong country. Would be so nice, when we look in Thailand, I mean, every morning, the monks go bindabat, I mean, the parents, bring their little children, just 1 year old, sometimes half-year old, and put something in a bowl. And then they come to the monastery and they pay their respect to the monks. And they listen to some teachings every day. And we have to build centers, for being able, for some of you, to listen to the Dhamma. So what did we do wrong in our previous lives, huh? If you're really interested in the Dhamma, yeah. If you're interested in Muslim religion or Christian religion, you're probably at the right place. Huh? So there's a third virtue. Yeah. Generosity is one. In Thai they have a very beautiful word for generosity. They say, the literal translation is, the heart is just like water. It flows out. Yeah? And that's called generosity. When the heart flows, yeah, it just flows. We give away everything that we have. Yeah? That's generosity. Generosity, respect, gratitude. Yeah? The youngsters being grateful for the parents, huh? Yeah? Very difficult, very difficult. Yeah? Most of the youngsters see their parents just as, as an automatic teller, where they just put in the code, and the money comes out. Huh? Huh? My father, give me some money. Mother, give me some money. Money. Huh? I need this, I need that. We constantly need this. Yeah? And when our parents grow old, what do we do for them? Huh? I don't know in Malay, but in Western countries we put them in old people's homes. Yeah? And then we might visit them once a year. That's our gratitude for our parents raising us for 20 years, looking after us for 20 of their prime youth, yeah? When they were still young, and had so many desires, yeah? Yeah? Looking after us, yeah? So, where's our gratefulness, yeah? Do we look after our parents, huh? Very difficult, we grow up, huh? Very difficult, yeah? We have our own mind, huh? But who helped, train this body for 15 years, yeah? When you came out of the womb, you weren't able to do anything. You remember that? You just lie flat on your back, yeah? Yeah? And then you cried because you were hungry, and somebody must feed you, yeah? And then you learn to walk, then you learn to talk. You trained this body for 15 years. Huh? Every one of us. It took us 15 years to train this body. Huh? Think about it. Learning to walk. First of all, learning to digest. This body doesn't know anything. It has to be trained. Huh? Mothers and fathers know, they see it, they don't see it within themselves, but they see it in their children, yeah? Then learning to walk, then learning to talk, and then going through all this learning to think. Now we can't even stop thinking. Huh? Until this body is finished, yeah? Finished program. Yeah? It is a program. Do you think when you walk? You just walk. Yeah? So you programmed in the fast run. Wrong, yeah? Or run, yeah? Whatever. You can change the program. And then, how long can we use it? Ask the older generation. How long can we use this body, in its full health? Until 40, 45? Yeah. So 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, 15 years for training this body, 30 years, to its full strength. And then how long do we decay? 40 years, 50 years? From 45 to 80, 90? Yeah. We slowly decay. Huh? No. This doesn't work anymore, that doesn't work anymore, yeah? There we have problems with our back, with our knees, with this, with that. Huh? We need to go to the doctor to change this or change that. Huh? Just like we put our car to the repair station, get me a new engine. Yeah? Some people, get a new engine, get a new heart. Because their heart failed. Huh? No? That's the body. Hello? Welcome to the world of reality. Yeah? And then we wait to die. Yeah? But when we get old, ask the older generation, they look in their picture albums, and they look when they were 20, 30. Not more than 30. That was nice. So, that's how they program their next life. They don't think about the first 15 years. They don't think about the last 40 years. They just think about these 10 years where we are in full strength. Huh? Stupid. Really. And what does this body give us? Nothing than pain. Nothing than discomfort. Nothing than dukkha. Yeah, stomach. Yeah. Overeating, stomach, dukkha. Dukkha, dukkha, dukkha. Yeah. You know dukkha? You know what is dukkha? They're normally translated as suffering. It's not only suffering, it's not only pain. It's dis-ease, discomfort. How often do you feel discomfort per day? Shall I tell you? When you wake up, I want to sleep. Discomfort. Huh? Then you want to drink something. Discomfort. When you're thirsty, you're not discomfort? Huh? If nobody gives you something to drink, you're very discomfort. Yeah? Then you get hungry, discomfort. Yeah? Then you get thirsty again. And then you can't stay in the same position. Yeah? Just try to meditate for a few hours. Huh? Discomfort. Yeah? If you stand too long, discomfort. If you lie down too long, discomfort. You constantly need to change your body position. Huh? That's the truth about our body. Yeah? And what we do in our life, we only look after this body. All our purpose of our life is to get rid of this discomfort. To feed it, to house it, to clothe it. Yeah? And to give it some medicine, These 4 requisites, But we don't get tired, Next time we want to have another body. Because this body is so much fun to look after, All this hard work we do, And in the end, all the work that we did for this body was in vain. Because this body is going to die. It's really going to die. Yeah? And all what we did our life is looking after this body, It's like looking after our car but never educating the driver of the car. Who created this body? Who sits in this body, and directs it, that it wants this or wants that? The body is a biological robot, and we programmed it for 15 years. If you don't remember it, If you don't remember it, go back in the first 15 years of your life, how you trained it to speak, to talk, to walk, to think, It doesn't know anything on its own. It only knows, what the chitta knows, what the driver of the car knows. Yeah? If the driver of the car, is reckless, it wrecks the car. Yeah? If the driver of the body is reckless, it wrecks the body. Huh? Hello? Constantly concerned about this body, huh? When you look at your life, when you look at one day, make a reflection, yeah? You're only concerned about the body, the future of the body, the past of the body. And you forget the most important thing, that there's a chitta that programmed this body. That's why our bodies are not the same. Huh? Everybody's different. Yeah? Everybody has different faculties. Yeah? The substance is the same of each body. Yeah? But the faculties are different because the driver is different. Yeah? Just like notice, when you're driving your car, back to your home. Yeah? There are good drivers, there are bad drivers, there are medium-sized drivers, and all sorts. Yeah? Some people drive like this, other people drive like that. Yeah? It has nothing to do with the car is the same. When do we wake up? Yeah. What did the Lord Buddha say? Open your eyes, yeah, and see for yourself. But our eyes are so full of sand that we can't see. We only see, what's that? Yeah? See the reality of this body, yeah? I mean, if you think about it in this way, you don't want another body. Yeah? But the moment you leave this Dhamma hall, all what you think is about this body. You forget it. We forget it. Because it constantly needs our attention, just like a little child. Yeah? It needs to go to the toilet, it needs to drink something, it needs, yeah. When we are very tired, it needs to sleep. Yeah. So where's our time, for educating the chitta? Because the body, is dead, it will go into the grave or will be burned up, yeah? We can't take it with us, yeah? So why don't we start educating our chitta, yeah? That's what is programming this body, yeah? That's what it wants, a new body. That's it. That's called the chitta, yeah? And it's right here. You can't see it. Ask a doctor, to find it, you can't find it. They assume the chitta is in here in the brain, yeah? But the brain is the brain, and the chitta is the chitta. Yeah? And the chitta uses the brain. Yeah? Before a thought is formed, the chitta has the intention to think. Then it sends some commands to the brain, and then it starts to think. It's all you can see that, yeah. If you go into meditation, you can see all this happening, yeah. That's why you don't need any books to learn from. You just need to observe yourself. You just need to observe the chitta, what it does, yeah. Before it wants to move, there's an intention to move. Not just sudden movement, yeah. Yeah. There's always an intention, and the intention doesn't come from the brain, my dear friends. Yeah? Get down to reality, yeah? I'm sorry to speak like that, but that is... you're so fast asleep, it takes some effort, to wake up a few of you. Huh? You can, yeah. What did the Lord Buddha taught us about the Dhamma? The Dhamma is a snake. It's just like a snake. Have you read that? If you grab it by the tail, it comes around and bites you. Huh? And that is knowing the Dhamma that bites us. Yeah? Because knowing is up here. It's not here. So we read this, we read that, yeah? And yeah, I feel sorry for you, because there are so many teachers coming. Yeah? Every teacher teaches something different. And every teacher says that. Yeah? You have to do it like this, you have to do it like that. And in the end, all what we do is, get confused. Just like Ajahn himself, he got confused, in the West, the same thing. Different interpretations of the Dhamma. Well, you can call it whatever you want. Different interpretations of the Dhamma. That is this school, that is that school. Although, the Ajahn had a very firm belief, about what is right and what is wrong, but still living in these kind of societies, they are called Buddhist societies, They preach the Dhamma and they live the Dhamma, they are they're just Buddhists. We have no greed, we have no hate, we are just so friendly to each other. Living too long, made me start to believe it. But something in my heart said it's wrong. So I finally had to go to Thailand to find the true Dhamma. Where I met Ajahn Mahabor. In the people, the people in the West taught me, you have to let go of greed and hate. I told them I can't let go. You have to let go of it. Just let go of it. Just let go of it. And they said, I don't know how to let go. They just told me, let go of it, that's how you overcome greed and hate. Until I found Lumta Mahambor. He said, you can't let go. It's impossible that you let go. And then he explained it what? He said, an ant that is on the roof and wants to go down to the floor does not know how to let go. All what it knows is putting its feet in one direction. One step at a time. And if it goes in the right direction, it will arrive at the floor. And then when I heard that, I said, very clear. That's all what we can do. Why do you think the Lord Buddha didn't want to teach? Well, when you see the truth, it's too complicated. You can't explain it, especially, with words, because everybody understands something else. I know it better, because I never met the Lord Buddha, I know it better from my teacher, he had the same feeling, for a few months, He didn't want to teach, I said, nobody will understand that. It's impossible for people to understand it. And then he asked himself, and how did you get to this? Just taking one step at a time. Going in the right direction. Going the path of Sila, Samadhi and Panya. Sila, I explained it before. And Samadhi, what is Samadhi? Concentration. Concentration and the development of sati. And what is sati? Mind emptiness. Not mindfulness. The mind is completely empty. Or the heart is completely empty. It just knows. Because that is the nature of the chitta. It just knows. If we are mindful, it's not a bad thing, to be mindful of what you are doing, But you don't know anything else that the chitta brews up, that it concocts up. While you're mindfully walking, the chitta concocts up this idea, this thought, that memory, But you're mindful with walking, So you don't know what is going on within the chitta. But when the mind is completely empty, you see every movement of the chitta. That's sati. And my teacher, my Venerable teacher, explained it very clearly. If you have a moment of sati, there are no kilesas. The kilesas cannot enter the mind emptiness because the knowing nature knows the kilesas, and it knows each ripple of the kilesas that are happening within our chitta. So through samadhi, that is the most difficult thing, especially for the younger generation, because there are so many play toys, that they can't even concentrate for 2 minutes on the same subject. The mind is always going on, oh, what is he saying, what is there, what is, let me look up that, But even for the older generation, it's not easy to concentrate on one object, And through the concentration on one object, we learn and develop sati. The knowing nature of the object that we concentrate on. Is that clear? It's not just breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. Knowing about the breath, that is the education, that is samadhi. Samadhi is actually just concentration. Translate. Sati is the emptiness of the mind, that knowing nature of the mind. And through the concentration on one object, be it the breath or be it the Buddha, you develop the sati. If you know that the breath is just starting, that the breath is at its height, that the breath is slowly going down, that the in-breath changes to the out-breath, and that the out-breath slowly develops, and that is the knowing faculty. So when your samadhi is good, that's where you reach up, the sati will fall back, At the beginning, concentration, sati is at the same point, the tip of the nose, But later on, sati will fall back from where it comes, the knowing nature of the chitta. And people can feel it. And then there are two things, the point of concentration and the knowing nature. And that's where they start to get calm. Before that, they're constantly fighting. Fighting to get back to the Buddha, fighting to get back to the breath. When I ask people, when they come to the monastery, how is their concentration good? Said they tell me it's good, the samadhi is good. And I said, oh, too bad. When the people come and say, oh, my concentration is all over the place, then I say, good. Very good. Because now you're aware that you're constantly unconcentrated. Before you were just aware of your concentration. As long as we're not half concentrated, we just see our concentration, oh, I'm very well with my Buddha, very well with my breath. The moment you cross 50%, you're suddenly aware of all this unawareness. Interesting. Before we think, we're so good, and then we realize all of the time, most of the time, we are not really with our object. And peacefulness and calmness and happiness only starts, when we can fully concentrate. When we at least 50%, then we don't have to fight there. Then we can enter samadhi, or called absorption, or that's when thought and memories are stopping. Anybody knows this place? When there is no past, when there is no future, when there is no worries, when there is no fear, where there is no loneliness. Anybody knows this place? That's called samadhi, upachara samadhi, ecstasy. And all what we need to do is, just to concentrate on one object. Be it the Buddha, be it the breath, or be it with breathing in and do with breathing in. Until the mind stops thinking, until the mind stops memorizing. And then we can enter samadhi. And samadhi is just like refreshing place. Yeah? It's a safe house. Yeah? Where we can retreat. Yeah? Where we can recharge our batteries that are so much depleted. Yeah? Why do we get so easily angered? Because our batteries are completely discharged. Yeah? Just like when you are very hungry, you get very easily angered. Yeah? Yeah? So when our batteries are not fully charged, when they are fully charged, everything is fine. Yeah? We go back in the world, and everything seems to be fine. We're not getting easily aggravated. These people coming and going, what's that? Yeah? Dhamma. That's why you're born in Malaysia. Yeah? No respect for the Dhamma. So samadhi, yeah? But that's not the end of samadhi. Yeah? Then we keep concentrating, yeah? On the Buddha or on the breath, yeah? Until the breath stops. People believe the breath disappears. It doesn't disappear, our concentration disappears. Oh, my breath disappeared. Yeah, your concentration disappeared. Yeah? The breath stops. And it really stops. The heartbeat stops as well. And then we are dead. No. We're in Appana Samadhi, the deep state of Samadhi. It's that, what Lunga Mahaprabhu called, the preview of Nibbana. And we can stay there until 7 days. And then we come back, Just like, we go on a jogging path, park our car somewhere, and get out of the car, run around, a few rounds, and then come back to our car, and then get in and drive it again. And while the car is parked, we don't know anything about what is happening in the car. Look at some of the stories, 200 or 300 years ago, where people were buried alive. They thought they were dead because there was no breath and there was no heartbeat. But then after 2 or 3 days or after 7 days, they came back to life. And then they were under the earth, in sarcophags, And they tried, later on they saw, But not all of them. Some people came back after 2 days and they were still not yet buried, They were under this white linen, and then they woke up, and everybody ran scared out of the church. They just rested in Appana Samadhi, in the deep state of Samadhi. And that's where you can really see, not all this world, it's just an imagination. But we love this imagination, don't we? So much fun. just like the youngsters like these video games. You start a video game, you take on a figure, you play this figure, you have all these choices, and what is the end screen? You die, game over. It's like with our death, game over. Want a new game? Yes. We are hooked on it. We are so hooked on it, we don't even notice how much we are hooked on it. And it starts all with this body. That's why the primary interest, of the forest tradition, the first thing after we get our samadhi, because without samadhi we can't do investigation. Ask the people who are cooking, all these females who are cooking, if they have a blunt knife, can you cook? Can you cut your vegetables with a blunt knife? Can you cut anything? Meat, whatever, with a blunt knife? So the first thing you have to do is, sharpen the knife. And that's what all samadhi is about, sharpening the knife. So people from the West, because it's so difficult to train, think samadhi is not important. It's just panya. Well, then just let's go to universities and learn. There's nothing different. If you cannot concentrate on one object, I always take, the example. Think about, in the 1920s, the physicists have amazing results. And what did they do to get these amazing results? Did they study any books? They made experiments. So, they set up an experiment, and then they watched what happened. And if that experiment was too long and then they started to get to the toilet or drink a coffee, they had to start this experiment all over again. Because they didn't know what happened in the time in between. When we do an experiment, and meditators are just like observing an experiment, from the moment every time slice we have to know what is going on. If we miss a few moments, we will not understand. And the understanding doesn't take place here. The understanding takes place here, in the heart. So the heart has to watch this experiment. For the mind it is too boring. For the kilesas it is too boring. It wants to do something else. That what is really a problem. Constant. So, in order to understand, we have to let the heart observe. And what do we let it observe first? Body. And then body. And then body. And then body. Until the body is finished. Investigation of the body leads to 3 different kinds of stages of enlightenment. The first is Sotapanna. But then the body investigation is not over. Then it leads to Sakadagama, once returned. Body investigation is not over. Then it leads to Anagama. Then the body investigation is over. And only then can we investigate the 4 nama-kamas, or the 4 mental kamas. What do we like to investigate? The mind. Because we like to think. You can investigate the mind until the end of your life, and nothing will happen. The kilesas will not go. Because greed and hatred are born in this body, are rooted in this body, and will drive you. You can't even see the delusion that is behind you. Because the delusion, think about, greed, hatred, and delusion has 3 different armies. Greed and hatred are in the forefront, and delusion is pushing greed and hate forward. So if you don't fight the kilesas, if you don't fight these first 2 armies of greed and hatred, you will not be able to see delusion. And when you look at the story of Lunda Mahabodhi, when he talks about his practice, he said, he did 5 years of samadhi, just pure samadhi, until Lumpur Man, pulled him out and said, now it's enough, now we can do investigation. Then he did body investigation. It lasted, for 8 months until he reached the stage of Anagami. And then it took him 2.5 years, to cut, through the feathers of delusion. 2.5 years, And it still took him, 3 months, to fiddle with avijja. So delusion and avijja are not the same thing. Avijja is wanting to know, wanting to understand, but not being able to know, not being able to understand. And we all want to know, don't we? Look it up in Google, Google it, Want to know what is there, want to know what is going on. That's the primary source of our being. Wanting to know, wanting to understand. Not knowing that we are not able to understand. We can come close to the truth, there's no problem. But we will never see the truth. Not with this trial. You only see it through investigation. Investigation of the body is number one. Of course, for Sotapanna, you have to get rid of your doubts, the first fetter and the second fetter. Yeah? Doubt that there is heaven, doubt that there is hell, doubt that there are beings in heaven, doubt that there are beings in hell. Yeah? And doubt that there is karma, and doubt that there are results of karma. Huh? That's the first fetter. What's the second fetter? Huh? No, it's not. Not fiddling with precepts, not fiddling with rules and rituals. Yeah? You do a lot of rituals, yeah? You should get rid of all these rituals. Yeah? No, it's not keeping the 5 precepts. Sila, Pata, Paramasa. Yeah? It's fiddling with the precepts, keeping the precepts, not keeping the precepts, keeping the precepts again, not keeping the precepts. That is the second fetter. Huh? Got it? Huh? Rites and rituals have no meaning at all. Sila, you all know it's Sila. Sila are precepts, yeah? Bhatta Paramasa is fiddling with it, keeping them, not keeping them. Yeah? And then the third fetter, yeah, is believing that this stupid biological robot is us. Do you believe your car is you? Huh? Well, if you're born in the car and die in the car, then of course you believe you are the car, huh? Huh? Don't you? And that is the third fetter, and it is one of the toughest. Yeah? But if you cut down the first 3 fetters, then we can enter the street. Yeah? And then body investigation will be blown up to its fullest, because greed and hatred are not reduced in the Sotapanna. Yeah? Not at all. And then understanding the nature of the body. Yeah? What is the body? Yeah? You like your hair? Yeah? You change your hair often? Yeah? Huh? And you think you change yourself? Yeah? When your hairstyle changes? When you go buy shopping, having new clothes? It's me, it's a new me. Huh? When you wash your hair? Huh? Use shampoo, and it falls into the drainage. What is the feeling, when you pick it up? Disgust. Huh? No. You like to polish your nails, yeah? And file them down, but when you cut them and putting them next to your plate, you like it? Huh? So why is everything that is on the body beautiful? And everything that comes off the body, just a minute later, disgusting. Huh? Ever thought about it? No. The skin that comes off, you like to, put it on your plate. Huh? But we love our skin, we oil it, we rub it, we let it massage, whatever, yeah? But the moment it comes off, we find it disgusting. The same with the teeth, falling out. Yeah? That's the truth, I'm not telling you any lies, yeah? Every one of you knows it, because every one of you experiences it, yeah? Washing your hand, and seeing, muddled up, with all this shampoo or soap, yeah? You find it disgusting. Yeah? Not talking about the shit, that comes out of our body. We love to eat food, We don't like to see the shit coming up. It's just the food, it's the rest of the food, yeah? Isn't it? Everything that goes into the body or on the body is nice. Everything that comes out of the body is disgusting. How can that be? What kind of monster is this body? That turns everything that is nice and beautiful in something that is disgusting. Must be really a monster. Or you don't understand the true nature of the body. That's probably the problem. Because the true nature of the body is neither disgusting nor is it beautiful. And that's where you see, where our greed and hate comes from. Where our likes and dislikes come. Everything that goes into the body we like, everything that comes out of the body we dislike. When there's no more body, there's no more likes and dislikes. Understood? It's very clear, it's very simple, You don't have to read it, You just have to observe it, and that's what a forest monk does, All what he does, he observes, what is happening within his citta, being alone somewhere, not being disturbed by others. That's where the forest education is. That's where the forest university is. The university, that leads to 4 degrees. Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahant. And where do you think all the last, for the last 100 years, where all the Arahants born? Thailand. In the forest, in the deep forests of Thailand. Maybe a few in Sri Lanka, in Burma, in Laos. But the mass of the Arahants were born in Thailand. And that's where the Sasana lives. That's where the Buddhist religion lives. It's alive. That's what, to my understanding, that's what the Lord Buddha said. Wherever there are the 4 noble beings, wherever there's a teaching that leads to the 4 kind of noble beings, that's where the Sasana is alive. Otherwise, it's just in books. How many Arahants are in Malay? How many Arahants in Germany? Or Europe? Because the Sasana is dead. It's just remaining in books, in interpretations of books. But soon it will be dying in Thailand just as well. Everything is anicca. Everything is impermanent. Before it was alive in India, then it moved to Thailand and moved to other states. I think even to China, it was pretty much alive, in the 5th or 6th century. But it moves around, because where people are interested, You have to be interested. And people are very interested to you. Half asleep. Waiting for that. Hoping that the next life is better. How stupid are we? If today is not good, how can be tomorrow better? That is, we have so many beliefs that we don't even see. How can you believe this? I always tell the Thais that make fun, one day, and then ask for the lottery number. Wait until next life, then your lottery numbers will win. Ask the farmer, when he sows rice or whatever it is. How long does he have to wait? Can he harvest it tonight? Can he harvest it in the next day? He has to wait half a year. And for most of the karma that we do now, we have to wait 60 years, sometimes lives, before it becomes right. It takes some time. Also bad karma. So maybe this life you're still spared from hell and you just go into the hungry ghost round. And then after that you go to hell, or you first go to hell. What happened? It takes some time, so don't think stupid, all what we do is just like the farmer, sowing our rice, preparing the land, to plant the rice. And the rice, that we plant this life, will be ready next life for us to eat. If you think there's something free in this world, forget it. Whatever we want to happen, that's what we have to do. If we want to become rich, we have to be generous. First we have to give, then we get it back. We don't get it back before we give. The same thing with everything. That is what makes life so hard. When you see it, when you really look at it, when you take a few steps back. In German, there's a word, for crazy. That means just taking a few steps back and looking at the world, that you're crazy. But you're crazy in a very, very, very good sense. You see things from a different perspective. It's just like, in your life, you go into a holiday, and you see your life a little bit different when you come back. That won't last very long, But just the first few hours, what's going on, You're a little bit detached because you're a little bit more relaxed, Just like, you come out of deep samadhi, Then you're a little bit detached and the life doesn't, enter you. So the question is, coming back to the beginning, the question is, what do you want to do with your life? Just waiting to die? Hoping that next life is better? I hope now you understand. If it's not good this life, next life won't be better if you don't do it. Make it better. So start today. So different. So different. So different. But that's, it's your choice, Every one of you has a choice. Every moment of his life he has a choice. He has a choice to go straight, left, right, or back. You have more choices, you have up to 16 choices. Every moment. And it's difficult to make these choices. So that's why we like to run our programs, You ride in a plane, nowadays, the planes, the pilot, puts all in the coordinates, just like you in your car, you put it in the Google Maps, and then you tell it, tell me the directions. Autopilot. We programmed this body 15 years, for 15 years, and then we put it on autopilot, Only if something happens, extremely, then we wake up and say, what's happening, and then we fall asleep again. The daily routine, the daily treadmill, that's your program running on autopilot. The way you respond, to your colleagues, to your parents, autopilot. You programmed it once, and sometimes you think, when you meditate a little bit, or, practice a little bit, you think, why do I react in this way? Because you're on autopilot. You set the computer to run your life, and you reap the results of this running. That's why you have to stop. You have to stop the program. What is another word for Nibbana? The unconditioned. Where there are no conditions, where there is no if then else. If I see my mother, I react like this. If I see my spouse, I react like that. Your husband is very different with his friends. But with his wife is always the same, or, the wife with his husband, Oh, not again. Your program, your condition, And if one of these conditions don't work out very well, then you change this condition to another condition. I have to behave differently. That's what you think, and then you try it out. If it works, you keep this conditioning. Isn't that your life? What a pity. You're not free. Freedom is to be unconditioned, having no condition, being able to do whatever, not what one wants to do because there's no desire. Whatever there is need to do. Whatever is helpful to do. That's what is unconditioned. No matter where you are, you just behave the same way. Or you behave appropriately to the situation. I guess I didn't behave appropriately to the situation. So I ask you for forgiveness for this kind of Dhamma talk that you're probably not accustomed to. It's coming straight from the forest or straight from the heart. Okay, so with this, I close the talk. And then you can ask questions if you have any.